was paid last year, the issue which he's talking about. And I want him to apologize and retract for us to have a conversation because he misled this country. Because that issue which he's talking about, that judgment we are talking about is here. And the company name is Landiwe Security and Projects. I even paid, no, because they're going to take screenshots. Hence, I want to give him. I don't want this thing to be going all over. No, you must be himself who said that. It should not be me. That was a judgment. That was the payment. So you've misled the person who called you, whoever he is, misled you. The payment, total payment is 642,000.
No, thanks, Chair. I don't know which part of our investigation this one falls under, where a member of the committee produces evidence. I thought it should be the other way around, because we shouldn't create the wrong precedence of the committees to follow where things are done like we're in a schoolyard, school kids accusing each other of this and that and having to prove to each other about this or that. I think just saying the allegation was a lie and so on and so forth is sufficient than to produce evidence to a witness about personal matters. And even as that this should not be published and tomorrow we're going to see it out there, we will not know how it got out there. But the fact that it passed through this passage, it will also have implications on us. Thanks.
That is a valid point, Honorable Malema. I think you wanted the witness to know that you, as he instructed you last time, that you must go and pay your debts. You want him to know that you have paid. You are in good standing.
Thank you, Chair. Like everyone in the country who run business, you will understand that. But what I'm saying is that misleading this parliament was completely out of line. So I just want him to retract that. Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Paulo Sullivan, do you see the proof of payments? Switch off your microphone, Jali. Do you see the proof of payments by...
Chairman, what I see is I see some documents which are a bit fuzzy, but it appears to be proofs of payment. Yeah. I also see a document which says judgment by default, 25th of September 2025.
Yes, what we are saying is that you must not read that because it's personal and confidential.
Okay.
It's for your perusal.
Okay.
But what he says is that once you have seen that and satisfied yourself that he is indeed in good standing, because he has his own personal reputation to protect and the juristic person that he represents.
First of all, Chairman, I didn't...
And that your statements have gone viral.
Yeah. Well, if they went viral, Chairman, it's because the member in question recused himself from Parliament, followed me out...
I don't want to make that a point of debate now.
Okay.
If you listen to what Honorable Malema said, let's not bring what does not belong here into our proceedings. I want him to ask you questions, and then at the end, when you have gone through that and satisfied yourself, in whatever platform, if you agree to go out with a ENCA and that order of journalists which followed you on Thursday last week, I can arrange for you outside.
It's not going to happen, Chair. If the member...
No. It's not a point we're going to debate now.
Okay.
Now I want him to... You and him to have a conversation on our terms of reference. Thank you.
I'm not surprised. The arrogancy is on a high level, and I can tell you now, we are dealing with a wrong honorable member, maybe. Maybe in the last administration, people used to dance for your tune. I'm not going to do that. You've seen the proof of payment. If you doubt it, because in the precinct of parliament, that's what you said here, and you say you are not going to retract what you said, even if you have the proof of payment. That tells me that even before you came in here, you instigated all of us because you are calling us crooks. And I can tell you, Mr. O'Sullivan, that we've been tolerating this white supremacy for many years in this country. And, you know, some of us, you said you've been threatened. I'm just making a remark, Chair. You've been threatened many times that they want to murder you. You know, they want to arrest you. Some of us were arrested multiple times. You know, we've been kept under state of emergency for many years. In fact, my friend, two of my friends passed on. Ephraim Mohale passed on. We didn't even know the remainings of George Shabangu, our friend who passed on. We are only arrested 10 times. We are making a fuse about it. Some families, we are still missing some of our friends in the struggle. But let me start by saying to you now, I'm going to question you. Because we've been threatening prosecutors, generals. Now, let's start here. On the knowledge allegation of these syndicates we are talking about, you stated that you have no knowledge of the allegation made by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi regarding a criminal syndicate infiltrating law enforcement structures. Given your extensive involvement in investigations relating to senior sub-official, can you explain why would you have no knowledge whatsoever of the alleged network or individuals identified in those allegations?
Chairman, it's like asking somebody why they don't know about this or why they don't know about that. The reality of the situation is that until I heard the mention of the name Kat Matlala, I'd never heard of this person before. I had no knowledge other than what I'd read in the media about his involvement or alleged involvement with some extraction system or scheme. It wasn't a matter we were investigating. We had no knowledge of the inner details of that system. What I did, however, have knowledge of was Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi's involvement in trying to unlawfully pervert the course of justice when it came to the IPID investigation in respect of General Pashlani. And evidence has already been led. And I suggested in one of my earlier emails to this committee that the committee should in fact call Humbalani Kuba, who is a senior IPID investigator, and let him explain to this committee how it was that he came to meet General Mkhwanazi in 2017 and be escorted into a hotel room. Escorted into a hotel room.
Chair, please, I need your indulgence.
Taken away from them, and then to be told that he needs to come over, like Cedric and Kabindi has done, and become a witness against IPID because they want to stop the Pashlani investigation.
Chair, can you please help me? The last time I've asked again, because we are not on a lecturing room here. The question is simple. If that's the case, have you opened a case against General Mkhwanazi? Yes or no?
A case was opened way back
against General Mkhwanazi.
Against all the people.
No, I'm talking General Mkhwanazi. Leave the other people.
The case wasn't just against.
No, I'm talking about General Mkhwanazi. I don't talk about Kuba. I'm not talking about any other person. My question is simple. Have you opened a case against General Mkhwanazi?
Correct.
Thank you. Now, there's perception that, in fact, you have done that. You stated that it was made clear and unambiguous that you, Mr. O'Sullivan, you are not a member of the IPID. Can you explain how that distinction was communicated to a witness at Sable Hills and whether any written disclosure or identification was provided to avoid the perception that you were acting as an investigator with an official authority? Honorable Nomvalo asked you earlier about that you are a complainant and an investigator. How so?
So what's the question?
No, don't do
No, I'm
that
having
to
a
me.
problem because I'm getting a multiplicity.
No,
What is
it's
the
one.
actual question?
It's one question.
question is-
You just delaying my time. That you impersonated yourself as an IP official.
Okay, so this question, Chairman, has been answered. In my affidavit,
Can you answer me now?
I'm going to read from the affidavit.
No, don't read. Answer me, because I have the affidavit. I've read that. I just want
You
an
don't
answer
have this
from you.
affidavit. This is the affidavit I provided to the Zondo Commission.
No,
on the
I mean,
19th of October.
I don't want a Zondo commission here. I'm asking you.
And the point I'm pointing out here, and I'm referring to the.
But please don't take me to Zondo commission that fast.
I'm referring to the affidavit of Michael Mashucha to the Zondo Commission, and I refer to it with the headline, Lie to, O'Sullivan expressly held himself out as an IPID investigator. And I stated under oath, this lie is easy to prove. One only has to have regard to the transcripts of the meeting with Jooste, that was Mr. Chris Jooste. It is clear from the transcripts that despite the lies peddled by the Mabula squad and Mashucha, I at no point introduced myself as being from IPID, let alone expressly held myself out to be from IPID, as Mashucha fraudulently claims. How does Mashucha then contrast the exculpatory evidence
Chair, Chair.
emails I had with
Chair.
Jooste on 2016?
Mr. O'Sullivan, I've got that. I'm saying to you, please, if Zondo Commission calls you again, please go and explain to them. I'm asking you here, as a member of this ad hoc committee. My question was very simple. If you don't want to answer, it is fine. But reading that is not going to take us anywhere. Now, I'm going to ask you again. Your interference of evidence in your WhatsApp messages, in annexure, the CCTV photos are not important and cannot remove it from the statement. Who gave you the instruction on what authority was the evidence alleged to be removed? You remember the story about the CCTV one at the Sable Hills.
I don't understand.
Okay, let me lead you. In the email which you wrote, 26 December 2016, you said, like Honorable Nombalo said, you'll bring Mono and yourself to prison. You were threatening Patlane as well, and you're threatening Advocate Mashucha. Can you confirm whether this communication was received and whether it was reported to the authorities?
Which communication?
I'm saying to you, you know, there's attachments here of emails. Are you denying those emails?
I can't see these emails. I don't have them in front of me.
You don't have those emails. Evidence leader, he says he doesn't have those attachments which Advocate Mashucha gave us yesterday. You'll make them available. In the same correspondence, you warned that your wife and associate will be targeted next. That's what you responded when Honorable Nomvalo asked you. I'm making a follow-up now. Did you interpret this as an intimidation or aiming at influencing the investigation on your conduct?
No, definitely not.
Why were you threatening them?
As I explained before, given the criminal conduct of both the Mabula team and Michael Mashucha, it was appropriate to take steps to notify them that I wasn't going to tolerate their nonsense.
Now, the rubbish which you spoke about here last week, you were saying that there's rubbish when we're asking you, and you call us names. I'm going back to where I said the CCTV issues, because there was a removal or exclusion on CCTV evidence formally recorded in the investigation file. And my question, and who authorized it? Did any investigator or official attempt to alter witness statement or evidentiality material relating to the CCTV footage? Or you don't know anything about the issue of CCTV?
Yes, in fact, that was also covered in my statement to the Zondo Commission, where Mr. Jooste was sent a draft statement. And when he wanted to sign the statement, he asked if he could remove from the statement the reference to the CCTV footage which he had given to Pashlani. And Mandla Mashlangu, who was present, he said to Mr. Jooste, you may remove it from the statement. So it wasn't anything to do with me at all.
Chair, just before, because I've got 9 minutes now to go, I want us to play a video, because we have a dishonest criminal fraudster with the so-called forensic for justice. There's not justice at all. That so-called forensic for justice, for me, is forensic for fraud. Okay, can you please play that clip?
Microphone. You see, what we will not accept here is both of you, Mr. Apollo Sullivan and Honorable Skosana, if you are going to use those words, criminals and fraudsters, to describe witnesses before us here, that cannot be accepted. We are probing allegations, and both of you must refrain from using those words to describe any person coming before us, or to describe any person against whom allegations have been made.
Yeah, but Chair, those words were used by some of the honorable members from the DA, and it was not an issue. They were never called that they must stop that. I can play them for you if you want to, unless it's exclusive.
I'm astonished that he's saying is also well known to.
No, it's fine. It's that clip. Now, Chair, as I said earlier, I agree with the former.
Just one moment. Honorable Malem.
No, I wanted to come in before Honorable Skosana comes in. Those remarks Skosana is making are not meant for black witnesses only. It was said to Ket Matlala, and we all allowed it. We all did. And no one, not a single one of us, raised an objection. And for me, it's not a conclusion necessarily. If Honorable Skosana says you are a fraud, you are a thief, you are what, it's a statement that is put to the witness who can rightfully so dispute and say, no, I don't agree with that statement. And we proceed like we did. I mean, Matala was called all sorts of names, and he said, I'm not any of the things you are saying. And we all proceeded. It's on record. So it shouldn't be that Paul or anyone else comes here and gets to be treated differently, because he calls people crooks, he calls people all manner of names. And he must be made to test his own medicine. Thanks, Chair.
No, this is what I'm saying. I was addressing both speakers, both himself and Honorable Skosana, because Mr. Paul O'Sullivan has repeatedly, orally and in messages that he allegedly sent to people who appeared before us as witnesses, have called them as such. And even in today's proceedings, he repeatedly made those claims that people are criminals. When Honorable Nomvalo was asking him, why did you do that? Why do you think you have the authority to do this, to do that? He tried to give a context that criminals were trying to do this and that, and I did not have a choice but to do that. And that's exactly, I want him, in particular, and Honorable Skosana, to know that as a committee, we have not reached a stage where we are convinced or we have assessed evidence to say somebody is a criminal or is involved in criminal activities. We are still probing, and I just wanted to put that message across, including you, Mr. Paul O'Sullivan. Can you proceed, Honorable Skosana, to ask questions?
Yeah, but Chair, Honorable Malema is correct. Those words were used, but there was no. You never said anything when those words were used. But be that as it may, I'll continue.
So,
Mr. O'Sullivan.
You think I'm protecting him?
Yeah, that's my feeling, Chair. You know, that's my feeling.
Let me tell him here in your presence, Mr. Paul Robert O'Sullivan, I'm not protecting you.
Thank you, Chair.
Now, I just wanted to ask you, did you assisted your partner, Sarah Jane Trended, to lay a charge blaming Duduzile Zuma for the unrest caused by her father's detention without trial by Judge Kampempe and other judges? Did you help Sarah?
To make a case against who?
Duduzile Zuma, Sambo.
Sam Butler.
Yes.
Zuma Sam Butler.
Yes.
It was quite a few years ago. I think it was 2021. And I believe that I sent a complaint to the National Director of Public Prosecutions consisting of a sworn statement.
Chair, sorry, Chair. Did you help him or not?
Her.
Yeah, did you? Yes, your partner, Sarah Jane Trent.
I think I may have done.
Yeah, you've done that. Not that you think you've done that. Yeah. But be that as it may, you've been saying that you are opening dockets against people. How do you open dockets if you are not a policeman? Only a policeman can open a docket.
I'm sorry, Chair, but the gentleman's understanding for the law is factually incorrect.
I know, I'm asking about the docket. How do you open it? Because you're not a policeman.
You go to the police station.
Then open what?
You
A docket.
complete all the documentation and you
No,
submit
no,
it.
I'm talking about a docket. You said you are opening dockets.
Correct.
You can go and open a case, not a docket. It's only a policeman who can open a docket, Mr. O'Sullivan.
They register the docket
No,
on the system, on the CAS system.
I'm saying, unfortunately, you've been playing with our justice system in this country. You are law unto yourself, and this must stop. And we are going to open a case against you.
Well, I'm happy for you to do that.
You know, and I can tell you now, it's not a threat. You know, it's our duty as members of this ad hoc committee not to allow anyone, including you, and even this case of you having the so-called 48-hour notice. We'll make sure on that. There's no citizen. It's only you in this country who has that. No one else. We are not that special. But thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. We are going to take the following 4 speakers and then break. They will come in this order: Honorable Chopper, Honorable Malema, Honorable Mattheis, and Honorable Bangazita. Let me acknowledge the presence of Honorable Ndamase. Honorable Ndamase, good morning to you. Every time we wanted to acknowledge you,